Welcome, y'all. It's Wes with DIY Food Plot Pro. Thank you so much for joining us. Today's episode, we are talking about the very best app that I think for deer hunting and for food plotting that is out there, that is free. All food plotters and land managers need this app to manage their farms. We are out in the plot that we have planted twice now. We've had several really good rain chances and have amounted to absolutely very little out here. And this is something that's really frustrating with these fall plots. It's becoming more of a common occurrence that is really aggravating. We do have some turnips out here, and we do have some crimson and some frosty at Berseem out here as well, but we are definitely thin over the entire plot. This app is really going to help you be able to raise food plots better and have a whole lot better timing on a lot of these applications. My name is Wes. I run the channel DIY Food Plot Pro. I've got a Bachelor of Science in Agronomy. I farm for a living, and I've got a 2,900 acre whitetail deer hunting outfitter in Western Kentucky where we cannot bait. So we are relying heavily on these food plots to hunt and hold the mature whitetails that we are blessed to hunt here in Western Kentucky. Rainfall's everything, right? To food plotters, rainfall is important as anything. You don't get the rain, you're not gonna have the plots, you're not gonna hold the whitetails. It's just how this whole thing works. It's frustrating, but this is how it is. I have planted a full rate of barn cant turnips, purple top turnips out here, a little bit of radishes as well, and then I have planted this twice with my annual clovers. I can tell you that the turnips need the least amount of moisture to be able to germ out of any plant that I've seen yet. It's unbelievable how they can get up and get going, how drought tolerant those plants are compared to any of the other things that I plant. Oats, cereal rye, the clovers, anything like that. Turnips are by far the toughest and the best at being able to get up in really dry conditions. So there's an application here I feel like for a lot of food plotters that many of you are like me, right? I've got 2,900 acres spread out all the way across the county. 15 to 20 miles is about as far as mine goes, but I know a ton of people that I do consultations for in the wintertime are not close to their farms, right? So they don't live on their deer hunting farms. And it's very difficult to keep track of rain events and weather events on those pieces of property. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to limit the time that we spend out here, right? We don't want to be coming out here all the time checking these plots, even though that's a fun part of doing that. Like especially right now, we have got bucks that are starting to shed. What does that mean? These bucks are fixing to start moving around. They are fixing to start putting down their sign for this fall. We don't want to be anywhere near these plots or these woods right now. We want to leave these things alone and let the deer do their thing. And then when the weather's right, the wind's right, everything's right, we go in there and we start hunting. So we don't want that intrusion that takes place with going to the farms to check. Did we get any rain or not? Let's go look at the farms. And so this app is really going to help you keep up with that. And I have used this app for many years. And it is unbelievable the difference between, say this farm here and another farm that I've got a half mile from here. How much rain did you end up getting? Every time you get a rain shower, this app is gonna send you a notification on your phone. And it's gonna tell you, Wes, you received, 0.6 inches on the tobacco barn plot. You received 1.4 inches on the Twin Oaks plot. This app is extremely handy for keeping up with those rainfall events that you may or may not be getting. Right now, mine's not doing a whole lot because we haven't been getting any rain to speak of. But it's very handy for when you planted. It helps you to realize if that seed may or may not be bad. Like I've told you many times, the worst thing that can happen, you get a tenth or two after you've broadcast seed on top of the ground. So at that point, you might start wondering, is my seed any good or not? Where if you didn't have this app, you might not even know that you got that tenth or two. A lot of times that's just a small blip on the radar, it blows up and it dies. And if you're not sitting there watching it, maybe it came in the middle of the night and you didn't even know about it. This app is extremely handy for telling you when it rained on each individual farm. You can break this down on your farm and put it on multiple different fields. And it will tell you, and you will be shocked how much difference there is between a 100-acre farm on the north end and on the south end at times. Now, sometimes it's going to be 4/10 all the way across the board, but sometimes it's 1.5 inches and 8/10 over here. So it can be a lot of difference, a lot of variable on these. And I have checked this. When I first started using this app, it was for farming purposes, and I checked this. I had a rain gauge in these fields, and I'm telling you, this thing is incredibly accurate. It's so accurate to the point that we don't even put rain gauges out anymore. It's that accurate, it is that good. It's going to be able to tell you how much rain you got on those food plots on your farm. I shared this with many of you before, but since then the size of the YouTube channel has over doubled. So I wanted to do it again so that you guys have a chance to download this app. It's free. I know a lot of the viewers took advantage of it last time, and I've had a ton of people reach out and be like, dude, thanks for recommending that. That thing is absolutely awesome. And I don't have any bias with this product whatsoever. They're not sponsoring me, but I'm telling you, this product is something that as land managers, as food plotters, that we can use, and it is absolutely incredible how accurate it is and just how handy it is. You know, we all have those places that, you know, we've got a creek or a ditch or a river going through, and, you know, we may live an hour away from those farms, and if we get less than 1 inch, we can cross that ditch or cross that creek to get to this stand. Well, if we get more than that, then the creek or the river or the ditch is too high, we can't get across. How handy would this be to wake up that morning and look, we got 5/10. I should be good to go. We still need to check, but should be good to go on that. Or wake up that morning and say, I got 1.5 inches there. That means the creek or the ditch is going to be too high. I need to go somewhere else. I need to have that plan B set and ready to go. You don't know how many times that I do this on the outfit. We have a tremendous amount of creeks and rivers that run through these farms, and I keep up with this on a day-to-day basis during the hunting season. 100% I do. I know if we get more than 1.5 inches and the river is already just normal winter pool, and we get more than 1.5 inches, going across the rivers is a no-go. We got to wait a minimum 24 hours before we can go across. So this is something that I use on a day-to-day basis on the outfit that really helps us to narrow down where we can hunt, where we can hunt, and it eliminates that time, because nobody wants to go to that place, find out that the water's high, then you're late going to your next spot. It's just a disaster. The app's name is Climate FieldView. Okay, you can go and you can click on it, and like I said, you can separate all your fields, and you can figure out exactly how much rain you got on X number of farms. It's a free app. You can do it on as many farms if you want. You can do it at your house if you'd like to, and do it at one hunting property, or maybe do it at another lease. Wherever you want to do this on, you can do this, and it will track that rainfall, and it will send you a notification of when you're getting that rain on those food plots. An extremely cool app, and I'm telling you, it's extremely accurate. So you can trust that it is going to be dead on. Maybe 1/10 off, but at that point, that really doesn't make any difference. I think this will be something that really helps food plotters and land managers in the future. The app's name is Climate FieldView. You can click on that, sign up for it. Like I said, it's free, and then you can start getting rainfall notifications if it ever starts raining again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Y'all smash that like and subscribe button.